Have you ever wondered how a simple hamburger stand became a global empire? This isn't just a story about fast food. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and a revolution that changed the way the world eats. This is the story of McDonald's. Our story begins not with a clown or golden arches, but with two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald. In 1940, they opened a small drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. It was a typical spot, with car hops and a large menu. Business was good, but the brothers were frustrated. The operation was complicated, slow, and expensive. They knew there had to be a better way. So, in 1948, they did something radical. They shut down their successful restaurant for 3 months. When they reopened, everything was different. They fired the car hops, slashed the menu down to just a few items: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, shakes, and sodas, and created something truly revolutionary: the Speedee Service System. It was an assembly line for food. Each employee had a specific task, allowing them to churn out high-quality, consistent food at lightning speed and an incredibly low price. A hamburger cost just 15 cents. The public was skeptical at first, but soon they were lining up in droves. The McDonald brothers had struck gold. They were content. They were making a comfortable living, and their single, efficient restaurant was a local phenomenon. But fate had other plans. A traveling milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc came calling. He was 52 years old, selling multi-mixers, and he was intrigued. Why would a single restaurant need 8 of his machines? He had to see it for himself. When Ray Kroc arrived in San Bernardino in 1954, he was blown away. He saw the long lines, the efficiency, the simplicity. He didn't just see a successful hamburger stand, he saw a future. He saw golden arches stretching from coast to coast. He immediately approached the McDonald brothers with a proposal: let him franchise their system. The brothers were hesitant. They had tried franchising before, but it was a headache they didn't want. They were happy with their quiet life. But Kroc was persistent. He was a salesman, after all. He finally convinced them, signing a contract that gave him the rights to franchise the McDonald's name and system nationwide. In 1955, Ray Kroc opened his first McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. This wasn't just another restaurant. It was a showroom, a perfect replica of the brothers' vision, meticulously designed to attract new franchisees. Kroc's vision was far grander than the brothers ever imagined. He wasn't just selling hamburgers, he was selling a business model. He enforced strict standards for quality, service, and cleanliness at every single location. While the McDonald brothers were brilliant innovators in the kitchen, Ray Kroc was a genius of systemization and expansion. He believed in uniformity, ensuring that a burger and fries in Illinois tasted exactly the same as one in California. But as the franchise grew, so did the tension. Kroc was an aggressive businessman, constantly pushing for more growth, more innovation. The McDonald brothers were conservative, resistant to change. They clashed over everything, from menu additions to the very wording of their contract. Kroc felt they were holding him back, while the brothers felt he was corrupting their creation. The breaking point came in 1961. The constant fighting had taken its toll. Ray Kroc, frustrated and ambitious, decided he wanted complete control. He offered to buy the brothers out. After some negotiation, they agreed on a price: $2.7 million, a huge sum for the time. They shook hands, believing they had secured their legacy and a comfortable future. But here's where the story takes a bitter turn. As part of the deal, the brothers asked for one more thing: a lifelong royalty of 0.5% of the company's future earnings. At the last minute, Kroc's lawyers claimed this couldn't be put in writing and had to be a handshake deal. Trusting him, the brothers agreed. They also had to give up the rights to their own last name on their original restaurant, which they heartbreakingly renamed the Big M. A few years later, Kroc opened a brand new McDonald's right across the street, driving the Big M out of business. And that handshake deal for the royalties, it was never honored. That 0.5% would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars a year today. The McDonald brothers, the brilliant minds who invented the system, were effectively written out of the history they created. Ray Kroc would later refer to himself as the founder of McDonald's, rarely mentioning the brothers' pivotal role. Under Kroc's sole leadership, McDonald's exploded. He was a marketing mastermind. In 1963, Ronald McDonald was introduced, captivating children everywhere. The Big Mac was created by a franchisee in 1967, becoming an instant icon. The Golden Arches became more recognizable than the Christian cross. Kroc took the company public in 1965, and its growth was unstoppable. It expanded across the globe, adapting its menu to local tastes while maintaining its core principles of speed and consistency. But the journey wasn't without its stumbles. The 90s and early 2000s saw the company face intense criticism. Documentaries like Super Size Me highlighted health concerns, and the company was seen as a symbol of unhealthy processed food and corporate greed. Sales stagnated. The giant seemed to be losing its way. Yet McDonald's proved its resilience. It responded to the criticism. It introduced healthier options like salads and apple slices. It began using higher quality ingredients and focused on modernizing its restaurants with self-service kiosks and a better coffee menu to compete with chains like Starbucks. They embraced transparency, answering tough questions about their food quality and supply chain. Today, McDonald's serves nearly 70 million people every day in over 100 countries. It's a story of two brothers with a simple, brilliant idea and the ruthless salesman who took that idea and built an empire. It's a complex legacy, one of innovation and convenience, but also of broken promises and corporate ambition. From a 15-cent hamburger in San Bernardino to a global phenomenon, the story of McDonald's is a powerful lesson in business, ambition, and the true cost of success. It reminds us that behind every global brand, there's a human story, often more complicated and dramatic than we could ever imagine. Thanks for watching our deep dive into the history of McDonald's. What part of their story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible histories behind the brands you know. We'll see you in the next one.